Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War. Campaign 20, week 5, day 1. So today, of course, pretty uneventful week actually for Gems of War. Most of it is either today or on Friday. Today being, which also the days we're streaming of course, which is generally the content days for this game these days. As we just get a random update on Tuesday, though I highly doubt it. But anyways, of course, this Monday we had all the weekly reset stuff. Soulforge, unfortunately, did not have one of the Celestial Dragons. It has a Yellow Gem Dragon, so if you need that for Diamantina, you do have access to it, but it is not the one for Stellaryx, unfortunately. Beyond that, one of the main things we'll probably be doing today is the Darkstone Road event. Pretty straightforward, just don't take Sister of Shadows. Should be really easy. Tesla just as your primary damage source. If you don't have Tesla, do anything around Angry Mob, Thrall into whatever your strongest damage source is. Can end up working out pretty well. Double Tesla if you do own it, particularly with the 50% Mana Start Human. Should be pretty free for this current event. And we're just using Wand for mana accumulation, though of course you can also use a offensive weapon, as you're allowed to use any weapon in the entire game, given that is a human restriction. So yeah, you have access to anything you have, so whatever your best damage source is could be perfectly fine. Beyond that, yeah, that's pretty much everything. This Friday we'll be getting a faction event. Or, you know, new Deep Delve, all that kind of stuff, new troop with it. Pretty cool troop art for it. Its ability is okay, but due to the premise of how you do pure faction at 500, it's probably not going to get used, unfortunately. But anyways, hello everyone! Hope you guys been having a wonderful week. Hello Mark, hello Bill, hello Cookie, hello Frank, hello Jets, hello Supernova, hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so, where should we even start? Let's go for dungeon. See if we can play Guess the Door. Nope. We only got like one Guess the Door in the last like couple weeks. Ever since we started not streaming literally every single day, we never get to play Guess the Door. But we'll get it eventually again. Yeah, we haven't won a Guess the Door. Honestly, even off stream, I don't think I've gotten a Dragonite drop in like a month now. On or off stream, we're on a bit of a dry streak. A little bit of a dry streak. Yeah, we'll clear this out, then probably head over to the Road event. Road event should be pretty straightforward if you have Teslas. If without Teslas, it's not awful. Though damage sources are a little bit lacking as far as like really, really good ones beyond Tesla. Though that's mostly because there's just such a big gap between the power of Tesla and then everything else. She's like beyond mythic level strong. The internet has been out for a week now. Oh no! That's not ideal. Actually, my internet's been really solid lately. Between my internet service provider and this computer just being slightly more stable in general, with a nice wired connection, I have not had a single internet issue since the new computer. So my service provider has been good, and the new computer with a wired connection has also been very good, so yeah, I haven't had a single hiccup recently, which is really rare, especially during hurricane season, though we haven't really been hit that hard during hurricane season, but still. We have not had a single issue in the last couple weeks at all. Very surprising. Anyways, let's go do some Road event. We're just going to grab the team we mentioned during the video. Of course, if you haven't seen it already, we covered a weekly video. We did a little bit of a different order. What do you guys think of the different order, by the way? Because I didn't really see too many comments mentioning it. But do you guys like when all the teams in Soulforge are shown first? Or do you prefer, like, the old order? Like the way that we used to go into it. Or, you know, that we normally do go into it. But, yeah, we started with the teams this time around, because I'm pretty sure that's what most people want to see anyways. Though the only problem with that is the teams take forever. I think the first half of the video was just going over the teams, which means everything else kind of got delayed till, you know, later down the video. Anyways, with that being said, Road event. Should have on my copy-paste now. Let's go and get it. Just don't take Sister of Shadows. You should be good. Oh, it's already here. I don't even need to copy-paste it. Perfect. I'm using Plague Lord right now. I guess this is fine. Trying to think of anything else I might want to do with it. We could replace Wand and make it a little bit quicker. I'm currently using Wand as my mana accumulator. You know what? If that's the case, I might as well just go through our Angry Mob right now. I don't need the survivability of Hero. So, I'm just going to go all in on something like this. Like a +2 purple, +1 blue, minus something we don't use. Technically we don't use green or yellow. We're never going to actually be casting her. Alright, let's go with this. The main reason I put Hero there is it's way tankier, but I don't think that's going to matter. I don't think that's going to matter at all. Oh yeah, we have the metal thingies. Oops, I forgot. Click and know there auto brings you into a battle, doesn't it? Your ISP is rewiring the whole neighborhood. Oh no. Yeah, I had an issue with that. I can't remember what happened, but my neighbor was getting something done. Ended up messing with like the wiring for that system. So there was an issue with that last year in that regard, but I believe they have fixed everything now, so that's good. The problem is with my area is it's all attached to HOA. Like they kind of handle quite a bit of that stuff with the neighborhood. So if they're doing something weird, that can affect it. What am I doing? I was about to go, oh yeah, I was about to go claim the metals so I can then go use the metals. Let me go get that real quick. One thing to keep in mind, you might think that Tesla doesn't gain much of a benefit because this is just, you know, magic damage. However, even though you do not gain a benefit from Tesla having higher magic, the way that these metals work is amplifying your damage output, similar to how Fairy Fire does. So similar to how Fairy Fire does boost the damage of Tesla, but giving her magic doesn't. These metals are the same way. Even though these metals are, I don't think I actually explained this during the video, but yeah, these metals actually do increase Tesla's damage. And oddly enough, we will keep this other one as armor because magic won't. So doing a Nisha metal will not increase her damage, but doing a spell amplification metal does, as it gets calculated differently. So it is still giving her 160% extra damage. Also, I just realized I actually don't technically need the other thingy. So let me go replace this real quick. Because we actually don't need 20% mana start as our entire team is, of course, getting mana started already. Also, I just realized I don't need double purple either because even Thrall will have 50% mana start, something you normally don't have on a team. But in this context, he will. What am I trying to find? There it is. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can just run that. So we have more and better metals. And since I'm running a Thrall now, and we have the 50% mana star, I actually don't need double purple. I can just go blue-red and try to get a little bit more into Tesla. That's not what I wanted. Banner of blue-red. Blue-red, blue-red. That's not blue. Blue-red. I want +2 blue, +1 red. Because ideally we want to trick red a little bit less because it gives us extra turn potential. Though if we don't want to minus anything, we could go the other banner. But if there's 13 plus reds on the board, Thrall does get extra turn, which is nice. The Season 2 PvP mythics are up on Terran's Road if you want to show the stream. Oh, yeah, we could go check them real quick. Well, I don't know. Are they that relevant, though? Because you're not going to be able to get them immediately. They are a complete waste of resources. Even if they're the strongest troop in the entire game, unless they nerf the cost down by, like, 80%. And even then, it's barely worth it. But I can go check it real quick. Is it this one? No, that's a Friday. That's next Friday's mythic. It should be 2 Mondays from now. So if I see a mythic coming out on 2 Mondays... Okay, this is this one right here, then. How do I new tab this? New tab, new tab. New tab, new tab. Alright, this is the one coming out for the new PvP season that's going to cost you your life savings in gold marks. This is the one, right? This isn't the Immortal, right? Let me see. Actually, where is the Immortal? Would it say Immortal next to it if it was the Immortal? Where's the Immortal? Mythic. How do I know which one's the Immortal? They both say Mythic. I don't know how to identify which one is which. Oh wait, the one with Invulnerable is the Immortal. Never mind, this one's the Immortal. This one is the Troop. Alright, so we don't actually know what the new Troop art is, though. But we can see what its ability is. Alright, so this is the Immortal, then. My bad. Actually, you can tell right there, duh. If in Mirage expands, duh. That's a dead giveaway. Yeah, oh, also, it says Immortal. Yeah, this is the Immortal. The one on the other page is the new mythic that will cost you your entire life savings in gold mark. Anyways, Immortal Raquaya. 30 mana cost, red, yellow, purple. It deals deals true splash damage, so 50% to adjacents and true damage, to 3 random enemies, boosted by Hourglass Gems, weird boost ratio, and if used in Mirage Expanse, deal double damage. It's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. It has a 50% chance to convert a yellow gem to an Hourglass Gem when its turn begins. This thing super long term is interesting because once it has its final trait that's amplified, this is likely going to be a 100% chance to create an Hourglass Gem every single turn, which isn't horrible while having Invulnerable. It just seems so niche, and even if you buy the pass, I believe if my Glacia got to like level 20, 21, you need level 30 to fully max it. So even if you buy the $15 pass or whatever it is, which I'm not doing again, by the way, I just did it for the first season just to kind of boost start all of them, but I mostly just did that for the first season. I'm definitely not going to do it every season. But yeah, even with it, you only get it to like level 20, 21 or so, give or take a little bit. And you need level 30 to get its amplified trait, so yeah, that's not ideal. It's not ideal. So you're like almost never going to be getting them. Interesting. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not good. It's very niche. You'll definitely need a way to utilize the Hourglass Gem with it. But you know, if you're in Mirage Expanse, you know, better options. You could be potentially your strongest damage source for that. Now let's go look at the other one. This is the one that costs 2,500 gold marks unless they're lowering the price. I can't zoom in here, can I? Can I zoom? No, this browser does not allow you to zoom. Okay. Drain all mana from an enemy. Deal magic +2 damage to all enemies. Boosted by mana drained. It has no follow-up, which is the only thing that's pretty bad about this. There's a 35% chance to convert a purple gem to a purple mana potion gem when my turn begins. That's interesting, but it's really low chance. I don't think this is going to be used for anything. I can't really see this being useful. It has no follow-up on its ability, which is its biggest downside. It's just standard full AoE damage at a number that isn't even particularly high for giving up your turn these days. And the only alternative upside it has is a very small chance to create a singular potion gem, which you still have to activate with another ability in order to even trigger. But yeah, they're both pretty bad. This you're only ever going to be using in Mirage Expanse if you lack every other damage source. And this, I don't think we'll ever get a use case. The only thing I could think of is there might be some situations in Leonis Empire restrictions where you're going to use it. Though there's not really many Leonis Empire teams that are particularly purple heavy. It's also a really weird category for Leonis Empire. Elemental and Mystic are not two things that are particularly common in the area already. Though I say that, this thing is also a Mystic, so I guess there's going to be a little bit of Mystic synergy there. But there tends to be a bit of lack of purple in that location, but I guess if you're running these two damage sources, that kind of fixes that, if nothing else. They have good synergy together, if nothing else, in like a Leonis Empire restriction. But beyond, like, Underspire, and obviously if you lack every other damage source for like Mirage Expanse, those are like the only two times. But yeah, this Mythic is really bad. And I believe this is the one that costs the billion gold marks. And by that, I mean this one. If you go to PvP, and you click over to PvP shop, and you click over to other, there is an exceedingly overpriced Mythic that you should never, ever, ever, ever get. I believe this thing comes into drop table soon, too. I'm not sure if it's immediate or 6 weeks after the new one comes in. I'm not sure exactly. But this thing is either going to be available starting 2 weeks from now or like late November, early December. You'll just be able to get it in normal drop table. It'll also likely rotate in Soulforge by around January or February. So yeah, there's just not really any reason to get it for gold marks. It costs 25 deed books, which is half of a Max Kingdom, which is absurdly expensive. Even at 500, I'm not sure if I would click this or not, unless it was really good, because the deed books just outweigh the value that you would spend into it. But, yeah, they're not worth it. Not worth it. Anyways, where were we? But yeah, the Immortal is actually stronger than the new Mythic that you get for a billion gold marks, oddly enough. Like, there'll actually be more of a use case for that, even outside of the category that you would normally do it in. Because I feel like if you were to do a Sinner Mirage, or not Sinner Mirage, a Leonis Empire Underspire, and you lack every damage source except those two Mythics, I'm pretty sure you would use the Immortal without its double damage over using the new Mythic. Like, the new Mythic is even useful then. So, hello Mark, hello Andre, hello Imperial, hello Mr. Z, hello Bill, Vanessa, too. Hello Cookie. Oh yeah, Cookie, we're going to be doing Palia tomorrow. I've seen you three still doing Palia even today. Yeah, I'll be doing Palia for a little bit tomorrow when they do the update. Should be fun. I haven't visited the game in like a couple weeks now. Actually, the last time I streamed it, I think it was the last time I played, now that I think about it. It's been a good almost month. Maybe I'll revisit for its big update tomorrow. Too bad Gems of War is not getting a big update tomorrow. They just had one pretty recently. Next update's probably in a couple weeks. We don't know yet if there's going to be one before Halloween for Gems of War. I hope there is, but there probably won't be. It's a version of Famine that drains just one, but does AoE. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but it is kind of like that. But the thing that makes Famine good is not his damage output, it's his amount of mana drain. And this is basically the inverse of it. But yeah, I didn't think about it like that. The new troop that's coming out through way too many gold marks is basically Famine in reverse. Famine drains all enemies, but only does damage to one unit. Whereas this new mythic only drains one enemy, but does damage to all enemies. So they're basically inverse. Where Famine is super high 1 damage target, but 4 times drain. Whereas this will be 4 times hit, but will be only 1 drain. But 4 times drain is way better than 1 drain. So yeah, it's basically just weaker Famine. It's essentially just weaker Famine. Of a troop that's barely even used in current state of game, even if you're up against a team with no immune to mana drain. Which is also the only context where you can even be used in the first place, unless you have like a billion curse on your team. But then you have to build curse on your team just to use Famine as well. That's 2 slots gone for almost nothing. Yeah, Thrall's working way better. Main reason I showed Wand for the video is so it could tank all the way, but honestly, I think we'll be tanky enough for how little I'm going to be doing of this. Or, you know, not too little, but, you know. Like, just doing bare minimum if you buy tier 2, tier 3, even tier 4. I'm pretty sure Thrall, just like in the game, has enough durability that he will tank the whole time. Especially with 20% extra stats this week. Which is something I didn't put into consideration earlier either. We have 20% extra stat Thrall, which is actually kind of nice. Not only does that make sure you get 64 Destroy later in the game. Oh wait, never mind. It's not enough? Okay, I lied. I thought 20% would be enough. Apparently not. Not only does it bring him closer to 64 Destroy, but it also makes him tanky enough to not die in situations where he otherwise would have. As it's basically 40% more durability. Or, you know, 20% extra armor, 20% extra HP. Which I guess is just 20% total now that I think about it. But you know what I mean. It's 2 different 20% stats getting buffed. But yeah, this is so free with Tesla. The only slight issue with having no Tesla is the next best thing is kind of not as quick. Because what's your best damage source if you lack Tesla? Champion of Anu would be okay. It's a little slow, but we get it done. Magnus is okay, but not ideal. Oh yeah, this is a little bit of an annoying restriction without Tesla. As Tesla compared to the second best damage source is quite stark. I think in the cheaper team I showed Atlanta because she's really accessible. You get her for free from Divinian Field. She has Yellow Link into herself. Really standard, just full AoE kind of thing. But, yeah. She's basically her best option otherwise. It's like a combination of, like, Atlanta, Magnus, Champion of Anu. That's basically it. Like, it is so much weaker. You do have access to any hero weapon, though, so obviously anything in that regard you can also use. It is quite a bit weaker than single cast, double cast Tesla. I say double cast, yet you're almost never going to need a double caster depending on how many magic amplification medals you have. As you actually reach a point where regardless what their stats become, if you have enough medals, you will actually always one-shot with Tesla. I wouldn't be surprised if the leaderboard goes absurdly high with how many battles you have to do. Because as soon as you have your... Is it second medal? Or do you need a third? Yeah, as soon as you have your second medal, I think you will indefinitely just one-shot everything. Because you're going to have, what, 320% extra damage. And due to how she scales based on their armor, you would always one-shot for the rest of time. But yeah, if you have 2 medals, one single Tesla will always one-shot, unless they gain barrier or something else somehow. But otherwise, you will one-shot 100% of the time after you have 2 full medals. Even if they got up to 1,000 all stats, you would still one-shot them. So the second Tesla is almost irrelevant. Though with less metals like what we have right now, we would eventually hit a point where she stops one-shotting. Though we'd have to go very deep for that to happen. But once you have 2 full metals, you would stop ever not one-shotting. Too bad you can't give her magic amplification outside this game mode. Like, you can with Fairy Fire, but there isn't really a particularly viable team that uses both Tesla and a Fairy Fire option currently. Though I would love to see a true damage Fairy Fire option in the future. Because Tesla with that would actually be kind of crazy. Because that's one big downside Tesla has in like a standard like ultra endgame team. Is, you know, like compared to like replacing out Stellaryx. Is the lack of Fairy Fire options. If there was a true damage option that had follow-up extra turn that could also 4 times Fairy Fire viably, Tesla could actually become better DPS than Stellaryx, which is kind of insane. Even though she ends her turn, it won't matter because you're just going to one-shot anyways with 50% extra amplification. Unfortunately, there isn't really a viable way to set that up like instantly, like you can with Stellaryx into itself. But it might eventually exist. Definitely a thing to keep an eye on. But yeah, it's still kind of insane how much damage she is, though. Like, her per cast damage is actually higher than Stellaryx in most situations. The biggest downside, though, is she ends her turn. In a lot of battles, you have to double cast, similar to how you have to double cast with Stellaryx a lot of times. Hey, let me find out a code. I still haven't yet, have I? Fortunately, we don't have any, like, super juicy special codes to hand out. However, I do still have the normal batches, as per usual. There goes good. Enjoy. We'll have 2 more in a little bit. But yeah, we should be able to clear through everything pretty quickly this week. There's not too many events we gotta go do. Pretty chill week. There's a really easy way to tell if, like, it's an active week or not, is if I struggle to think of a title for the Monday video. That is the easiest way I can determine if there is, like, nothing happening on a given week of Gems of War. If I just have to come up with something random. I think I end up mentioning something with Essence of Evil, since it's a really good weapon. And it's technically available on Thursday. One thing I did forget to mention during that video, though, don't forget on Tuesday, and only on Tuesday this week, you can get the All-Seeing-Eye Explodey weapon. It was actually one of the original Explodey summon weapons, and it actually got nerfed. It used to be 14 mana cost, was raised to 16. But it's a green-blue weapon that explodes a bunch of gems, but most notably, it creates a blue storm, which feeds back into itself, as well as obviously potentially other things on your team. It was actually nerfed back in like 2020, 2021. And it's still really good even after the nerf. Because it has Mass Explode, Summon, and a Storm. Something that all the other Explodey weapons tend to lack is that Storm follow-up. Which increases the extra turn chance that it has without needing another option on your team. Which is one of the reasons why I got nerfed. Because you basically saved a whole inventory slot when going for it. Are we about to go to Underspire? It might be. What objectives do we have? Campaign will get done automatically without even doing anything. Gold thing I don't really need. PvP will get done the second we just poke PvP. World event, we're out of sigils already. I get tier 3 just to help out the guild. Let's see, where's the bare minimum line in our guild right now? We're still above it. Samash is still here with us at the super bare minimum line. Might go to the tier 3 bare minimum line later just because it's such a free event week. Because it's so free, we're easily going to reach it, so I'll just leave it as is. Alright, let's go to Underworld, I guess. Where's my Underworld team? Or Underspire, I mean. Oh yeah, we're doing an all-in Nebula Dragon build. For this, similarly, I'm going to be ditching Hero in order to just go all-in on damage. This team makes sense when you're going deeper, which is why it showed it this way. However, when doing the ultra early fights, we actually don't even need Hero. We would just do this for more mana. Unfortunately, I don't think this place is in power, does it? No, it does not. Oh no, what do I do? A second Thrall? What can we do for more damage? What do we even have for damage here? Base rarity. I would go a second dragon if I had it. I don't think I need insta-kill. Scion's kind of useless. I guess I could run Hero, but with a damaging weapon. The only problem is I would need to use a Darkstone damaging weapon, so I guess this is Black Manacle. Because I'm doing it this way, I guess just go Archmagus. And because I'm doing that, I can actually do my banner into green or brown or something that uses the Nebula Dragon's color. Or both. And then we do something like this, do a +2. That's not what I wanted. Actually, if we're doing it this way, I might. Oh, but then I would minus too much. I was gonna skip. I'm going to go to double banner. Honestly, I'm still gonna go for it. -1 purple for how much extra plus this is still worth it because of all the extra bugged out plus that it has. Because they both go into Nebula Dragon. It's only costing Thrall a +1 out of the +4 we already have. Because we have +1 there and +3 here for +4 total. This brings it down to +3 total while having +3 for red. So we have +3 purple, +3 red, and +2 green. Which should be way more than enough. Alright, this will be our team probably the entire time then. Thrall, Nebula Dragon, Black Manacle because I don't have a second Nebula Dragon, and Possessed King because I don't have a third Nebula Dragon. That should be all we need. So hello, Vances. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Alright, we'll take this over. Get our mana going. Click Thrall. Click Auto Win Dragon. Rinse and repeat until we are done with this place. Until torch number says 0. Dude, it should be really free with Nebula Dragon this week. Even without it, you do have quite a lot of AoE options. Even just Black Manacle spam would be enough to get it done. If you lack every other damage source, just Thrall into Black Manacle is all you need. But Nebula Dragon will speed this up quite a bit if you have it. Is his damage, I think, is almost double. Actually, more than double, I think, of Black Manacle. So Black Manacle does have the extra benefit of Devour, and obviously a half mana cost compared to it. But yeah, it's more than double damage. And as Chad mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Alright, lack of purple is concerning. It's the only bad thing with this team, or with Thrall as a mana accumulator. Same as Box Strider and such. It only uses one color, so if you can't get that one color, you're kind of out of luck for a couple turns. Which really slows them down. Also, I have no counterplay to web. Luckily, most of these battles should not have web. But his team has no counter to it unless we set like Orpheus Metal or something. Hey, that reminds me, did I ever switch my metals back? I need to have it set to 20% into 8 magic. Or 6 magic, I mean. Let me go do that if I haven't already. Or sorry, I was right the first time. It is 8 magic. Alright, good. I did switch it back. Just making sure. Because I've definitely done that before. They're during a world event, and then the entire stream I just leave the world event medals on. Because there's a warning for you to switch to the medals, but there's not a warning in the inverse order, where it warns you like, hey, you should go do, you know, you should unequip these medals that do absolutely nothing in this game mode. It only tells you a warning once, when you're about to go into a battle in the game mode without the medals equipped, but it never gives you a warning when afterwards you go into a game mode with those medals, being like, hey, you should probably remove those medals now. They do absolutely nothing here. Ooh, double dead end? Wait, it's too early for a double dead end. It's probably still double dead end, though. Oops, I forgot. We're at a point where we can still one-shot with Black Manacle. That's not ideal, though. Honestly, this is probably one of the most annoying 25% summons in the entire game. Even more so than Dragonette, that has that mechanic where it does a bunch of negative status effects. Because the thing that's annoying about Dryad is it gives them health, but more annoyingly, it gives them barrier. So you might have to double tap, especially if you don't have a way to remove barrier. Because when you see a team like that, you don't expect there to be barrier because nothing on the team has barrier. But then they get that summon and it's like, oh, now they have barrier. It's very rare that that would ever happen, though. That you not only trigger the 25% chance for a Dryad, but then that Dryad has enough time to also get full mana. But it has happened. It's very rare, but it does happen. Not at this level range, obviously, but you know, if you're doing a harder fight with way higher stats, that is very possible. Also, wow, we found this immediately. Is that perfect path? Nice. We're on a perfect streak under Spire this week so far. Already done with Zone 1. We're still going to come back to go scout them all, though, since we're only doing a Zone 4 finish. It doesn't make me tempted to go all the way, though, but we're definitely not this week. Even though this team does a lot of damage, it's going to fall off by Zone 5 and 6. We do get access to insta-kill, though. Wait, what? Amount of torches? Oh, never mind. That was exact an amount. But I think we still had more. Alright, well, there we go. Perfect Zone 1. With the exact amount that we could do it with. Nice. Alright, that's under Spire. Alright, next. Let's see. Let's go to PvP. Pretty much the only thing left. We need to go get our buff. Nothing we need to do there beyond that. PvP goals, obviously that'll get up over the course of the week. Oh yeah, we made it back in Diamond rank. Actually, do I still have the mail? I didn't show this earlier. But I did actually grind a little bit more off stream, and I got to rank 2. I think I needed like 30,000 PvP points last week for it. But yeah, look at this. Look at how easy that was. 80 gold marks. That's way better than 0. But yeah, we're going to start doing that strategy. So this week, I'm going to do like bare minimum for PvP this week if we can help it. Basically just as minimal of the dailies as we can. If we do a booster, we'll probably just do it in like Explore or something. And just do super bare minimum PvP so that we deliberately go down a rank. And then next week, we'll just go do the same thing and get 75 to 80 gold marks next week. And just rinse and repeat. So this will effectively be about 40 gold marks a week for deliberately tanking our rating every week. The only exception to that is if our top 3 is easy enough that it looks like we can take it in Diamond rank, which of course at bare minimum would give us 90. But if they're all like 40, 50, 100,000, you know, something absurdly high, yeah, I'm just going to tank our rating and do that strategy. Because that's about 40 gold marks extra a week compared to getting 0 if we just keep camping Diamond League. Which seems very worth it. So that's going to be the game plan. So this week we'll tank our rating and the next week we'll power grind it. Which will also be the last week of PvP season. Because this is the second to last week of the thing if you want to go finish it. If you haven't already, you need 180,000, I believe, to finish this out. 2,000 per tier. So if you haven't already done this, you have 2 weeks left to go finish it. So definitely make sure to do so. Even the free side, you get a lot of good rewards here. Even if you didn't end up paying for the paid thing. So definitely make sure to get 180,000 if you haven't already. Got 2 weeks left. Definitely doable. People do that in a single week. Alright, let's go do... Alright, let's go just do our battles then. Let's go get our buff. And just start going through all the dailies that we need to for good old PvP. Hello, Logic Slayer! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Draco. Do the idols persist into next season? No. They get scrapped for... Oh yeah, they buffed the amount that they get scrapped for. Does anyone remember? Was it 20% or 25%? Originally, they were supposed to only be 10%, but I believe they buffed how much transfers over to the next season. They did that in the most recent patch, but I actually forget what the number is now. Generally, it's worthwhile to use them beforehand, though. But no, they did not persist. Okay, they doubled it. They moved it to 20%, thank you. But it's still way better to use them before the end of the season in order to convert them into gold marks by getting into the rating system. Or, you know, getting into your top 3 or whatever you need for threshold. Well, actually, it will always be top 3, isn't it? But, yeah, it's way better to convert them now into gold marks than it is to let them carry over into VP for the next season. You'll get way more value from the few gold marks than you will from the extra VP. Because they only retain 20% of their value into the next season. I actually have 0 of them left because I made sure to use them all. The only way you can bring their full value over is if you don't use your burning marks. So if you still have burning marks laying around or still have some burning marks that you can claim, don't use them. And 100% of the value of those totems will carry over to next season. It only does 20% if you've already opened them, aka, you know, they're in your inventory right now, and it shows like 3 totems, 2 totems, you know, however many you have. However, if you keep them as burning marks, all your burning marks carry over 100% between season to season. So any burning marks that you save will have 100% value on the totems within them. If you've already opened them, you only get to keep 20% the value, but burning marks not claimed that you bring into the following season, you'll be able to, you know, use them for in that season and have 100% their value. So that's the more consistent way to bring over VP from season to season if that is something you want to do. You just hoard a lot of your burning marks for the following season. The only problem with that is, of course, you don't get all the immortal upgrades because you're delaying when you get all your immortal stuff opened. Yeah, it's really lame that they carry over so little, especially since there's a bypass way to carry over 100% their value. Is there official date for the PvP reset? Yes, 2 Mondays from now. Not next week, but the following week. The timer can be seen under PvP season. 13 days, 6 hours. 2 Monday resets from now. Not next week, but the following week. On that Monday will be when it resets. So you still have 16 days left to go and do whatever you want to do with them. Alright, we finished out that. We got our buff. I guess we go do the battle first. We have either Fae or Elf. Elf's going to be annoying because all the Arachnian Weavers. Trying to just see what kind of teams are here. We feel like it's going to be really Arachnia Weaver heavy. Let me go check the other one. I'm trying to think what's in Fae. Does Queen Titania count as Fae? Because if so, I'm just going to run Queen Titania quick kill, I think, here. I'm pretty sure she's Fae. Yeah, we're just running Queen Titania then. What's her name isn't a thing, right? Queen Beatrix? No, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do a Queen Titania build then. That's fine. Let's run it with Wand because a billion people would be running Elementalist. With that being said, let me run Elementalist. Let me contribute to the problem. Let's see. Just because we can. Let's run the Super Broken banner. And we should be good to go. Wand, double Queen Titania, Leprechaun. Should be all we need. Don't think we need anything else. Only slight issue with this team is it's a little bit bad against the Immortal. Or not the Immortal. Whatever you call it. The battle that you fight is your 5th fight. But as far as the player fights, it should be pretty free. Hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. You think you'd mix the accumulation of the PvP chest? Should you open or save them? And other than gold marks, what else should I prioritize in PvP? At this point, if you haven't used your burning marks, yeah, I'd probably save them for next season. If you have any burning marks you haven't claimed yet, I would personally save them until next season. As far as what you prioritize in PvP, yes, gold marks you definitely want to hoard, of course. The main thing you want to use them for is the 100 gold mark deed books. That is by far the best thing you could be doing on. You can also do it on one of every pet in order to have them for completion's sake. But after that, you want to be prioritizing them entirely into deed books. And as far as how you get them from doing your 5 daily battles that we're doing right now, where if there's like those little crosshairs on a given kingdom, if you do 5 of your 6 fights that you have, you do want to use all of them, but you basically get a spare in case you lose or anything. But these fights right here, you get 5 or 6 of them per day, 5 times a week. And whenever there's these crosshair thingies, you always want to do one or the other, whichever one is easier based on what you have. In this case, Fae's probably easier for us. But we're running this, and at the 3rd battle you get gold marks, and then at the 5th battle you get gold marks. And then the other way that you get it is after every single one of these, the day after, if you're in Dark Alliance, you will end up getting another piece of gold marks that you can claim from doing 5 battles in both locations. So tomorrow off stream, we'll be doing this area and the Elf area in order to claim about like 20 gold marks or so. But it only applies to the winning alliance. And by winning alliance, I mean Dark Alliance. Because Dark Alliance is like the only alliance. Keep in mind, if you're currently not in Dark Alliance, you can switch to Dark Alliance in 2 weeks from now with no penalty. Currently, if you switch, you will lose, I believe, all your loyalty or most of your loyalty. I think it's all. However, if you wait until 2 weeks from now, you'll be able to switch to Dark Alliance for free without losing any loyalty. You can do so on the first week of any PvP season. And unless they're doing some kind of change within the next 2 weeks, it is pretty much best to be in Dark Alliance. The only real benefit of being in not Dark Alliance is you get more stats for PvP. So if you're doing like true bare minimum daily for PvP, it will make it go quicker. However, it is generally best to be in Dark Alliance because you get some extra gold marks, and those translate into deed books, which is by far the most important thing that you end up getting from PvP. As at this point, it's basically just a deed book farming simulator. Is what they've turned PvP into. This is by far the most relevant thing that you end up getting from it. And it's some of the highest rates that you get in the entire game, as far as its consistency. Right, and that will be match, as long as you don't bury or anything. I'm not even sure if that was barrier on Brown Hero. I just always assume they're running Elementalists. When I even check into hero class, there's probably like an 80-90% chance they're running Elementalists. I say that, they're actually barred right there. Also, since when does it show it in the corner? Am I going crazy? Has it always done that? How long has that been a thing? Wait. I just now noticed that it tells you what your hero class is in the corner on your enemy. It doesn't show it on yourself, though, oddly enough. How long has that been there? Because I don't think I've ever noticed that. How many updates has that been there for? I know that hasn't always been there. But, like, has it been a year? And I've just never noticed until literally just now. Oh, hello, Outlander. Welcome, welcome. I'm not sure where Isabel is right now. She hasn't showed up tonight. She might be spamming Palia since it's getting a huge update tomorrow. That or sleeping because she played too much Palia. Was that loud Defiant? Welcome, welcome. I thought there was 13 plus red. Whoops. She has auto extra turn when there's 13 plus red. I just kind of assumed it was already there. It actually tells you before you click on the little icon there how many reds there are. It was just eyeballing the board and it's like, yeah, that looks about enough. Like right here, we can see if it's actually enough. Obviously, it's not right now, but we still need the damage, so we'll go for it. I should have taken that skull. This is what I was talking about earlier, where this immortal thingy would have been an issue for this team. Because not only can we not fairy fire it, but the way she distributes damage isn't really good when there's only one target that's really tanky left. And let's match. Alright, one last fight. Yeah, we'll take it on the Mistralis build, I guess. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Now we'll go get all of our Valhawks from Central. And I think at that point, that would be everything. Which, that actually went crazy quick today. Ooh, all those mana drain gems. Luckily, most of my team has immune right now. Nice, get them all mana drained. Unfortunately, a lot of submerge over there. Let me go deal with that real quick. Nice, nice. Alright, mana drain, but we have immune, so it doesn't matter. Now with all those submerges away, we can just tear through everything, and there we go. Good old Fairy Fire. I'm sure there's more ways to apply it, other than Queen Titania. There's a few others, though most of them are not viable. Alright, there we go. And now I think the only one we have to go do now is the 3 Valhawks. And we'll get a little bit more PvP rating. Oh yeah, where are we on ladder? Nice, we're on bottom cut. Stay there. Oh yeah, I'm not doing it. What? Last week I got second place with like, I want to say 28,000. It was almost 30,000. It was like just shy of 30,000. And right now on day 1, they're already at 35,000. That is insane. Yeah, we're going down a rank. Honestly, I think this is already a leaderboard, is it not? Yeah, my top 3 are all on leaderboard, basically. Well, we're going down a rank. The only problem is I need to make sure I stay higher or lower than everyone else. So I need these people to go grind already. Hopefully they will later. Because we have a couple zeros here. Hopefully they'll do the battles. Because we have to get in this red area. If we don't, we stay in diamond rank, which would actually be bad for what we're trying to do. So hopefully everyone in our bracket starts doing a lot more fights. Because this is honestly going to be over 100,000 by Sunday, which I'm definitely not doing that much PvP this week. 100% not happening. Alright, anyways. Let's go do our Valhawks. We'll just do them in Central. We could Blood Frenzy Yellow if we wanted to. But for our sanity, we will just do nice, basic Central. With a good old Takshaka Stellarex team. I'll do this till we get our 3 Valhawks. Ooh, Freeze is kind of not ideal. And Tangle doesn't help either. Takshaka being submerged also doesn't help. Also, missing with that also doesn't help. Anything else want to go wrong? Do I even have a way to use that star? I do. I'll take it that way. Nice cleanse. Huge cleanse, actually. Wait, we just double cleanse at the same time? Massive. Alright, that submerge is a little annoying. Easiest way to do this is get Takshaka up and then just Takshaka to Takshaka. You know there's a problem with balance when the best counter to something is itself. It's happened quite a few times in the past in Gems of War. But that's generally a lack of balance at any given time. If something's best counter is simply running itself. That might be an issue with something being slightly too strong. If the biggest counter to something is literally just running itself against itself. Because normally you'd want something else to be the counter to it. Not just like a mirror match. Oh, there we go. I got one. At least in the case of Stellarex, the counter to Stellarex is actually not itself. While you can do that, it's not the best counter to it. Submerge is the best counter to it. But Takshaka doesn't really have a counter. I guess stunning it is a little bit of a counter. But it doesn't really have like a direct counter in the current state of the game. Other than just kill it quickly. Stunning it is pretty effective against it though. But pretty much everyone's running Elementalist, so it tends to be stun and play in most categories. What am I running right now? I'm running, I'm running Elementalist. So that covers the Takshaka issue then. Because once you get him stunned, he doesn't really do much. His ability is still scary, but he'll lose his turn and he'll not do his gem every single turn. Same as that new Explodey guy, that's also pretty common. He gets even more countered by stun. Because unlike Takshaka, the other troop is basically just for his final trait. Whereas Takshaka still has an ability attached to him too that's pretty solid. Even when stunned. Also, using Catharix. Honestly, I don't feel like people use Catharix that often these days. It's still good. The biggest issue he's always had is his inconsistency of extra turning. Not that Takshaka is the most... I mean, not that Stellarex is the most consistent way of extra turning, but... It sure feels more consistent than doing it with him. It mostly has to come down to power gems, though. Power gems in general spawn really weirdly. Because they can overwrite same color. So, for example, a green power gem can overwrite green gems. Which is something I wish they would change. It makes sense for, like, multicolor things. Like, for example, a 4-color elemental star should be able to overwrite its 4 colors. But I wish they would recode it so every single thing that counts as only one color doesn't overwrite itself. So, for example, if you create a purple potion gem, they should really make it so it doesn't overwrite purple gems, because currently it does. Any power gem that is only a singular color will overwrite the color that's on the board. All power gems do. And for multicolor power gems, that makes sense, but honestly, all the single color ones should never do that, even though they currently do. And it would be a big buff to quite a few troops, most notably Catharix. His viability would skyrocket if they ever changed that. His other things would still overwrite each other. Like, for example, brown Kirsch gems would still overwrite blue. But hopefully they would change it so brown curse gems, you know, don't overwrite brown. Which would make sense. If they ever do that, it would be a great improvement to that troop. To a lot of troops, but particularly to Cthulhu, given how many different power gems he does like that in one single cast. 3 of them. Which is still the most of any troop in the game. 3 different power gems in one cast. Even Stellarex only does 2 different ones. Why'd I do that? I was thinking like Skull into 1 poke would be enough. Well, I guess it technically is, but that Skull is pretty pointless. I think we're still missing 1 Valhawk. Yes we are. The struggle for the final Valhawk. We're actually at a pretty good pacing so far for Valhawks though. I think we still have like 7 or 8 battle. Oh, we already found it. Okay, we got good pacing for Valhawks. We got lucky for once. A very quick Valhawk day. Honestly, everything's been going pretty much perfectly. We got perfect Underspire today. Valhawks in a below average amount of battles, which is good. And no perfect dungeon though, unfortunately. Everything else went really, really smoothly. Yeah, we're already done with everything. Huh. I need to go find something else to grind. I don't even think I have any Volkies to go open. Now would be a great time to go open some Volkies. I'm actually out of Volkies too. Actually, that's not true. I have 1. Should we open some epic Volkies? I say maybe I should just to get down to a nice category. When's the next Vault Event weekend? Let me go check real quick. Next Vault Event weekend is... oh, next weekend. Not this weekend, but next week's weekend. Ooh, maybe I will round out my epic Volkies. Just to give us something to go do right now. Because we don't open them too often. I think today we're going to open some shiny epic Volkies. See if we get some kind of mega drop for them. I want to see that gem drop again. Alright, let me go hand out another code right now. And we'll hand out more codes based on if we get anything in the keys. Or, you know, anything good. Not anything, you know what I mean. Let's see. Alright, there it goes again. Alright, let's open some epic Volkies. Something we don't, like, almost ever do. How many are we hoarding onto right now? Is there a way to check? Obviously. I thought there was a way to check there. We're at 1,485. We could open like 35 of them. Yeah, I think we'll open 35 and get down to like a nice solid 1,450. Yeah, let's go to... Let's go down to 1,450 epic Volkies. Which will be 35 of them then. And I'm pretty sure Stellarex still one-shots here. Why is that even a question? Obviously it does. If it doesn't, there's a problem. Yeah, let's see what we get. Anything good? We got nothing. 12,000 souls. That is so pitiful. Also, you always get those cursed shard things, which is kind of annoying. I wish this could roll just any of the super rare gnomes or something. Instead of just him every time. Even when he was first added, he wasn't even good then. Okay, we got 2 major orbs of disappointment. Let's see. Did we get anything? Nope, just disappointment. Eventually we'll get something again. I would love to see a double good drop there though. Like a pet orb next to like a gold medal, that'd be insane. Hahaha, 1 Cedric. Why is that a drop? Why? Why is that a drop in Epic Volky? That you can get 1 singular Cedric. That is so horrible. That was worse loot than like a normal Volky drop. At least a normal Volky drop has 3 normal gnomes to roll from instead of 2. No! If you hide this icon right here, and that thing right there, you wouldn't even know that this is an epic Volky. You would just think this is a normal Volky drop. Well, I guess this guy too. This is so bad. This is literally worse loot than if you just opened a normal Volky. Because at least you would have a 3rd gnome drop that would be not this. That is so horrible. So when are epic Volkies getting a buff? This is one of the other reasons I'm hoarding them. I do personally feel like they're going to be buffed in the future because this is so bad. We've had back-to-back drops that were both worse than a normal Volky opening. Alright, 2 major orbs of disappointment. Let's see. Okay, we got major purple. That's not too bad. It's not one of the really good ones, but it's better than awfulness. Also, hello, Sushi Ninja. Are they going to compensate us for the broken mess they barely fixed? I heard that they were supposed to this week from someone. I guess they mentioned it on the forum, but they still haven't done it yet, or I haven't seen a mail for it. Also, hello, Imperial, if I didn't already say hi, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's well. Alright, we got a Magician. But once again, this is literally the loot you would find in a normal vault key, basically. When do we get all the spicy stuff, like the 900 gem drop or something? Alright, we did get the big diamond drop. I personally don't need them, but 240 diamonds is by no means a small amount of diamonds. Would be great if we did need them. One interesting thing is, the ratios of how much extra or less you get is really weird in Epic Vault Keys. One thing that's interesting about diamonds is it's actually 4 times the amount of diamonds. In a normal Vault Key, you would only get 60. But in a Epic Vault Key, you get 240 of them. So the ratio is 4 times, which is quite a bit higher than any other reward you ever get from this. Because the gems is 3 times. A lot of the cards are only 1 times. The orbs, or major orbs, are 2 times. But for whatever reasons, diamonds specifically are 4 times the amount. So it's actually a pretty good ratio if you ever roll the diamonds, assuming you still need them. Which is most people. Another 240 for the stack. Which is definitely a pretty sizable amount of diamond. Oh, triple orb. And that's a 3 times ratio on that. Even though the other orb is only a 2 times ratio. Oh, we got double purple. Could have been worse. Could have been way better, though. We got the big gold drop, I guess. 250,000 of gold in 1 drop. It's not great, but it's not awful. Far from his worst drop, that's for sure. Oh, diamond drop again. At this rate, we're going to get like a part of a mythic already. Because it's what, 8,000 for a mythic? And within 2 drops, we already have 400 something. That's like 1/20th of a mythic. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. Especially that we got it in literal seconds from each other. Alright, 3 orbs of disappointment. Yep, nothing. Oh, pet orb! Nice. Unfortunately, it's a minor pet orb, not a big pet orb. You got a 32 gem drop on your morning tribute? Nice. Yeah, I still haven't seen the perfect tribute yet. I've been seeing a lot in the 30s lately. Even like the mid-30s, like 35, 36s and such. I've never seen the elusive 37 as the 38 tribute for max. Yep, another diamond drop. It's like our 3rd one in like 7 drops. We're doing really good. If we actually needed diamonds right now, we're almost at 1,000 diamonds from the few epic vault keys we've already opened. Like within like 2 dozen of them, we've gotten like oh yeah, I forgot. It's only 4,000 for a mythic. My bad. Not 8,000. That's for double mythic. So that means within about a few dozen chests, though we did get a little lucky on them. But in a few dozen chests, we basically got 1/4 of a mythic. Of any mythic in the entire game. That's not bad. A pet orb, nice. Those aren't the big drops we want to be seeing. Pet orb is. Though diamond's not so much. It's a good drop from him, but a good drop we do not need. Another triple orb. So if I get another pet from a triple orb, I'll hand out a code. Because it's basically like getting a full pet orb at this point. If we get 1 more of them. It's 2% chance we get it from it. 1% from a major. And that's another one that has a weird 4 times boost ratio. If you ever get a normal gnome, you get 4 of them instead of 1. That doesn't really do much good because you just use blue orbs to max them anyways. It is very unrealistic to get 191 copies of them ever. So why they drop 4 doesn't even make any sense. Should be like 10 or 40 or something. Alright, 18 more keys. That way we'll have a nice solid number to track for when we do the next Vault event weekend. which is not this weekend, but the following weekend. Another 4 gnome drop. Be a huge congrats, Imperial. Yeah, tribute gets really crazy later in the game. When like every tribute starts to be like bare minimum 20 plus. There's just so many resources. Hey, we got the big event key drop. And a little purple orb, not horrible. But we still haven't gotten any of the really big ones. A lot of mid-range loot. We're definitely not doing bad, but we haven't gotten any of the like lottery ticket wins. Also, please stop giving me Cedric. It's like the 4th one. The gnomes are just as bad, but Cedric just hurts a little bit extra. Like technically every single troop card is equally as bad when you already own them all. Like this one is equally as bad as getting Cedric. But getting Cedric just hurts slightly more. It is more emotional damage. Even though they're both equally as bad. Oh, I got the big gold drop again. Oh, we're down to only 2 keys left. Oh no! The overall, somewhat disappointing opening. But that's basically Epic Vault keys in a nutshell. I really wish they would buff them. Oh, sorry, we have 11 keys left. I thought that was already at 50. Alright, we still got a chance. 11 keys to not be disappointed. But this is one of the reasons I... Oh, we got it! Alright, redeem code. It paid off. It is the highest amount of gems you can ever get in the entire game for free. Not counting when Guild Wars used to exist. So I guess in technically the current state of the game, yeah. This is the highest gem drop you can ever get for free without spending money in one singular drop. It is the 900 gem drop from running a max difficulty Epic Vault key. It is very rare though. Like I want to say like 1% or something. But there it is. Alright, let's go hand out code. There it is. Okay, Epic Vault keys have been redeemed. We got at least one good drop. And we still got like 10 keys left as well. Hey, there you guys go. There's a redeem code. And we'll hand out another one if we get any other big drops. Yeah, they look so juicy. That never not looks amazing. The nice 900 gem drop. It's just so many to get at like one single time. It's like one of the few redeeming qualities that Epic Vault keys still have. It's 3 times the amount you would get from a normal Vault key gem drop. He also has a smaller gem drop than that, which is like a 360, I believe. Which is still pretty solid. But it's not quite the same as getting the 900. 900 hits different. It's just such a big number to see all at once for gems. Especially compared to how you normally get gems throughout the game. Like very rarely, like never are you really getting a drop like that, ever. Like normally it's like a few dozen here or there, or 100 here or there. It's never like 1,000 basically all at once. Is that the first screenshot on a new computer? Now that I think about it, it might be. Because I haven't been clicking it that often. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh no! You know what files I know for sure didn't get backed up? Oh no! All of the very old Gems of War screenshots on my dead computer, I know for sure I didn't end up backing up. So unless there's some kind of alternative way I can get them out of Steam, which I don't think it is because it's saved locally on your computer, per computer, not on your Steam account. Oh no, that's unfortunate. I will eventually be able to recover it off that computer. That's just like a long-term eventually thing though. I'm not going to bother with it now. But yeah, my old computer that died, I know for sure none of those screenshots got backed up. That's one of the several things that I know for sure weren't backed up. I still need to go through that. I still haven't yet. Like going through all my things that did and didn't get backed up. But I know almost 100% that that didn't, unfortunately. All like the super old screenshots back of like 2014, 2015, 2016 Gems of War. Like the really ancient times of this game. Oh, I did say if we get a third pet orb, I would hand out a code. There it is. Because it's basically the same as getting a major pet orb. There's just 3 independent drops. So here you guys go. Alright, there you go. This is basically a major pet orb. Just as 3 smaller drops. Let's see if we can get anything else in our last 6 keys. But after that 900 gem drop, there isn't really anything that can bypass it then. Oh, actually, there is one. As long as the major orbs of disappointment can finally give us something. Oh! It did! Well, apparently, I'm just going to post my entire redeem code list right now. No. Alright, here you guys go. Have another. Not to be confused with the code I just handed out 3 seconds ago. There you guys go. Enjoy. That's so lucky. Hey, finally, an orb that isn't disappointing. Major Orb of Glory. Off of a 2% drop. It's not the rarest one. Major Pet Orb from that is 1%. As well as Power, but Power isn't as useful. So it's like the 3rd rarest drop you can get from that. But the most useful one, oddly enough. It's the 3rd rarest, but oddly enough, the most useful one of the 3. Because while Pet Orbs are nice, you mostly just use them on cosmetic pets and such. Whereas the gold one, you know, you actually get like troop stats, so it actually does something. Whereas most Pet Orbs you just do to max out cosmetic pets for the most part. Which is nice for completionist goals, but you know, it doesn't really give you anything power-wise. Alright, 3 more. See if we can get one last big drop, hopefully. Though, honestly, Epic Volkies really redeemed themselves in that final dozen or so. We hit a major gold glory orb, a 900 gem drop, and our 3rd pet orb. So not bad at all. Alright, 2 more. Yeah, that's the big thing with Epic Volkies. They have everything from worse loot than a normal Volkey to like the amazing things we just saw in the last few. They are so sporadic in how wide their drop table is, from just pure disappointment to some of the best drops in the entire game. And it's our final one. Come on, at least be average. Don't you dare be a Cedric. No! That's just as bad, though! Oh no, it's normal Volkey loot. Oh well, at least we got 4 event keys, I guess. Hey, tribute trading. Come on, 30 plus. Up, 30 on the dot, which is technically a 31 tribute. Alright, there we go, nice. But anyways, guys, any other questions? Any other anythings? Also, anyone watching after the fact, some of those redeem codes we just like rapid gave out might still be better. That might still work later. Also, I just realized these redeem codes still only give 250 gold. I forgot to mention to her, though. I think this is still the old batch, so I didn't check any in the new batch. Actually, she hasn't handed it to me yet. It's not October yet. But I need to go remember to go mention to her, aside from the pet thing, to see if we can hand out more than 1 pet. I never mentioned to her that this gold is still the wrong number. It's supposed to be 2,500 gold, but it's been 250 this entire batch. So yeah, I'll mention that to her as well. Well, there we go. Anyways, guys, time to get a lottery ticket. Let's see. But anyways, guys, we will be back tomorrow not tomorrow, on Friday. Well, technically I will be streaming tomorrow. But our next Gems of War stream will be Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll be messing with the new Deep Delve variant that's coming out, as well as the new troop that's coming out, which I'm probably not going to use for the Deep Delve. Well, for one, we're probably not going to do Deep Delve, but you know. But we'll do some of that this Friday, get that done. Beyond that, we will be streaming pretty much every single day this week, though. On Tuesday, we'll be doing Palia, because they're getting some kind of big Palia update, so that'll be a pretty chill just stream with that. Just like a cozy MMO thingy thing. But they're getting some kind of big update with some kind of mini game and other stuff. So I'll probably be doing that with Cookie, Isabel, Genki, whoever happens to be around. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I'm probably streaming the other MMO we were doing, Old School RuneScape. They're doing one of their bigger updates of the entire year this Wednesday. So we'll probably be grinding that like crazy on Wednesday and Thursday, maybe even Friday, we'll see. However long it takes to grind it out. Even the weekend, who knows. But yeah, so we'll be streaming almost every day this week. More than a few mini games, some not known for Palia. Oh, they're adding multiple? Ooh, okay. Well, I'm going to be addicted to minigames tomorrow then for the Palia update. I think Isabel told me earlier that's going to hit around noon or 1 o'clock, whatever she said. So once the update is out, we'll probably start up the stream. I probably won't do it until it's fully downloaded and everything. This will also be the first time we stream it on PC, so I might have some technical difficulties at the start of the stream, but we'll get it fixed. Yeah, 1-ish? Okay. So yeah, we'll start our stream around like 1:30 tomorrow or something, or 2. So I'll grab lunch before I do so, just so I'm not hungry. So that'll work out perfectly. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you guys then. Goodbye, everyone, and have a wonderful week. And thanks for watching.